Okay. Well, talk about your first practice today, and how you feel after today's first spring drill.
It's always exciting after waiting this long to get back into playing some football and not just throwing the ball around, playing with your team, getting in the huddle, just little formalities of football. That's always really exciting, and it was great to get out here. It's a big spring, obviously, for everybody. Got a lot of positions open on the offense, and it's a great time to compete. Even though we're all one team at the end of the day, it's a great time to compete, and that usually brings out the best in people. So it's a lot of fun.
How would you rate your overall performance today?
I felt pretty good. I felt real comfortable out there. Luckily I've been here, and last year I was here with just 2 quarterbacks during the spring, so I got a lot of reps last year. So it was pretty fun to be out here again with the team, and I thought I did a pretty good job today, and I feel like I have a pretty good connection with the O-line, with the receivers, even with the quarterbacks, and the main part is coming out here and just having fun with guys you spend every day with.
How was it having Trevor on the sidelines watching instead of taking snaps? A little bit?
If I see Trevor out there, I tell him to just leave. He's an alum now. He's an alum. He doesn't play for us anymore. But no, joking aside, he's always been great to me. He took me under his wing when I was here. I guess he wasn't he didn't feel threatened by me, apparently. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but he took me under his wing, and he always taught me a lot and guided me through things. And he even helped me out a little bit today here and there with fundamental stuff. But he knows that it's our time, and he does a real good job of coming out here and just letting us be us, and just throwing little bits and pieces in to help us out. And I think he just really has a love for this team, and it's a great thing for him to be out here. It shows a lot of respect from his end for what we're doing out here, so it's a good thing to have him out here.
Of the 4 of you that were working out today, who do you feel did the best? I mean, you can say yourself if that's what you feel, but who do you think did the best?
It's always a hard thing to judge. You know what I mean? It's always a hard thing to judge just because we're all splitting reps equally. We're all going with different linemen, different receivers that we haven't even really run with yet, especially the young group of receivers. So it's always hard to tell, if the receiver was an inch off their route or if I was a little too quick with my drop. So that's always a hard thing to judge, especially first day. But I think overall as a group it was a pretty consistent day, and I really thought we did really good as a group. I didn't think we were going to all come out here and do as well as we did and as consistent as we were.
Perfect. Offensive line, that's a big question that everybody's got. We lost everybody out, or many of the starters off the offensive line. How did they look out there today?
As far as the offensive line being a question, I think that's already been answered, really, actually. We've got a great group of guys. We've got leaders coming back. Eloy Atkinson has been, played here for 3 years, and he's a stud. And James Nelson has been here for a long time, too. Brenda Craighead. And all the new young guys are really doing a good job of picking up, and their learning curve is great. And Nelly and Eloy are doing a great job of teaching them, and they're spending extra time in the film room, extra time with Coach Connolly, and they're doing a great job of picking it up early. I think we actually surprised the D-line a little bit today, since they kind of had the idea they were going to come in with the veterans and run all over us, but we actually did a really good job as an offensive line today, especially for being so young.
Fantastic. What about the receivers? I know that we've lost some of our go-to guys that have been around here for quite some time. What did you see on from your receiving corps? It
was good. We did lose a lot of seniority and a lot of experience, but at the same time we got a lot of blue-collar guys, a lot of guys who are out here working as hard as they can and taking every coaching bit they can, and they're doing a great job of adjusting and learning, while we're going. And this offense it's going to take a little bit for the receivers to learn all the conversions and all that kind of stuff, but for what we're going, we're keeping it pretty simple, and for what we're doing, they're executing it really well, especially for the first day.
Running backs, boy, that's sweet,
running backs,
isn't it?
Yeah, running backs is never a question. Joe B, Vern, Leland, even the young guys, Jeffries, Bell, all of them. We got L.A. Dowell coming in, gray shirt. We have a ton of versatility and athleticism in the backfield, which is always great to have.
And that takes a lot of pressure off of the quarterback when you can go ahead and have a running back core.
When in doubt, give the ball to the athlete. And 5 yards is never a bad play in this game, so especially at this level. So having the running backs that we have is a great help.
Talk about getting the Nick Lamison challenge. Is that? I mean, everybody's talking about him coming in. Does that kind of push you guys to go ahead and show that there's a reason why you were here first?
I've always been a firm believer in you're gonna perform how you're gonna perform. Whether I was the only one here or whether there are 8 more guys coming in, it's always good if we didn't like competition, we wouldn't be playing football. And that's my perspective on it is, if you're out here, it's spring ball. You know, there's not a Auburn has people competing for quarterback position. Everybody in the nation has people competing for different spots. So I just take it as what it is. It's just competition and it's football. And I've always loved competition, and that's where I thrive the most. And it's a great thing. It makes everybody as good as they can be, and it pushes them to the limits, which is always a good thing in this game.
Now, I kind of talked about this on my website. That who's the best kicker wearing a red shirt, red jersey?
You're looking at him, man. I mean, I might toe punch a few times, but Dakota's kind of taken me under his wing, and I've tried to start learning the soccer style and the approach and all that stuff. So if I'm 20 and in, I'm good. I'm good to go.
And who's the best person to get it to roll dead inside the 5-yard line wearing a red jersey?
Hey, I'm gonna go out on the limb and say you're looking at him again. I don't know if you're out here early enough, but I'm always pretty eager to get out here. So I'm usually out here about 30 minutes early or so, just to be on the field, and I usually am punting and kicking around with the punters and taking as much coaching from them as I can and having fun with them, which is always good.
Were you saying you're taking coaching from them? I've seen you kind of coach them up a little
right,
bit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
and we're willing to take their money if they were foolish enough to go ahead. And
The student is becoming the master in this situation. But it's a great group of kickers we got. We got a good team and a good bond, so it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun out here.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.